tell Frank he can kiss my ass. I don't care. Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? I didn't even realize y'all was here, even though I hit the live button. What's up? Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, y'all. Welcome once again to the Fandom Initiative podcast. Thank you so very much for joining us on this windy Saturday. We already got a comment before we even hopped on. We already had a comment from Mechanical. The title alone, dang, yeah, pretty much. Look, this year ain't been shit. I'm gonna be real with y'all. But we're gonna get into that a little bit. I mean, there's have been good things, but let's just be real. This year did not wipe its feet when it came in. It truly did not. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. I'm just saying it's just I'm tired already.
You tired, brother? Tired?
Brother, I ran home to get situated. Okay. I had like an Inspector Gadget like thing to change my clothes. I was like, go, change your clothes. Like that's too long a go. You got to be able to say go gadget or whatever. Yeah, that was it. So let's get these introductions out of the way so we can get into what hit us this year. Like the great stuff, because there was a lot of really great stuff. The man across from me with the increasing amount of bling every week. Look, he gonna OG one of these times. And you don't know what OG is, he gonna over gold. Same thing happened to Junebug.
You are funny, brother.
How did Junebug go to the bathroom with all that gold on? That was ridiculous, bro. That was a big question. Thank you, Keenan. The man across from me, he is the cinema CEO. He is the cinema god. This gentleman is Michael Williams.
What's up, y'all? Happy late Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hope your turkey was right. Hope the yams were right. Hope that macaroni and cheese was right.
Yes. And not Kraft. Kraft, you're gonna get your ass beat. I'm gonna be real with you.
Exactly.
Dry ass turkey. And myself, I don't know why I'm having PTSD. I don't know how you make runny pies. That don't even make no sense. How you make a runny pie? And myself, I am the hungriest man in the room, as you can already tell. You can take it however you want. I am I'm totally forgot what I was saying. It's been a very long couple weeks, folks. I apologize right off the bat because it's gonna get weird.
The Dark Star, Nevermore.
The Dark Star, Nevermore. The Hungry Bleed.
Dark Star.
Let there be carnage.
Oh my god.
I am Antonio Pomares, and thank you all for joining us. Look, folks, I'm gonna be real with you. Yes, the title says it all. 2021, that's 2021 calling right now, saying that I'm insulting its name by calling it Raggedy, but I didn't know. It had just been a little raggedy. But there has been some cool stuff that we got to see. We got back into theaters.
Yep.
Which was cool. We started getting more like it felt like there was like a double, if not triple, the amount of items on streaming services.
Yeah.
You know, which isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? But they see where the trend is going, obviously. Even though the trend has been here for a couple years, but it also takes a couple years for things to be in development and to get produced. So what have you? But it's been great. You've seen this boom of animation, which we talked about last week, which I am all for. I tried to watch Super Crooks the other day and realized that I didn't realize because it's the Millar universe or Millarverse. It's linked to Jupiter's Legacy.
Yes.
So I have to finish Jupiter's Legacy. I have like 2 more episodes, I think, like 2 or 3 more episodes of that I can go into that. You don't have to, but it helps.
Okay.
Too, because I knew there was something when they said there won't be any more live action. I was like, okay, you put that in there on purpose. Cool, what have you? But we've had a lot of stuff going on, and like I said, we got back into movie theaters. But we also got movies on streaming services as well. And it was great. So we're gonna talk about the year in review because after today we won't be back until January. I need a break. I'm probably gonna find out where Jason Mama's cabin was at Crystal Lake, and I'm gonna just stay there for like a week or 2. Don't come around. Don't because if you see me with a burlap sack on my head, I mean that's your fault. That's your fault.
Yeah.
So what movies hit you, brother? Whether streaming or in theaters.
I've seen so many of them this year. It's like it's hard to tally them all.
Well, you know what? Give me one that was on streaming services. Because I said what mine was probably months ago that hit me, and it was probably my most feel-good movie of the year, oddly enough. I mean, not oddly enough, but it was just, it caught me off guard.
Yeah. I suppose if you had asked me this question months ago, it would have been a different. It would have been a different answer. It would have been a different answer. But
yes,
the answer I'm going to give you on streaming, Netflix, The Harder They Fall, to me, is probably one of the better streaming offering movies that have dropped all year. And I mean, it more than obvious that it's about the cast for this movie, right? Yeah. I mean, the cast is top notch. That goes without saying. But there's just something about seeing more movies about the Old West from the Black perspective that very few people really want to talk about, that makes it all the more better. Like, I almost feel like this movie is a
homage.
Not an homage. It's almost an out, for lack of a better term, it's almost like an outbirth of Watchmen, which is crazy to me, right? Like, Watchmen just kind of slammed open this door, not only about reinterpretation or a continuation, however you want to take it, of a book that me and my co-host here have both kind of read in depth and both liked for what it was when it happened. But there's all this other subtext that's in Watchmen, the most recent Watchmen miniseries on HBO, that almost feels like this is what The Harder They Fall is. It's an extension of all that subtext, like with Bass Reeves and all this other stuff, right? So it's like, it's just well done and it's on time, right? It's like it continues that door of curiosity that was opened from even the first episode of that Watchmen miniseries, right? Like
first few minutes,
honestly. Yeah, like when you introduce someone like Bass Reeves, who I literally didn't know much about prior to seeing Watchmen, and then to kind of understand the things that I liked as a kid were based off of that person's life, though he didn't appear at the time when I was watching him as a kid as a black man, just has, I don't know, it just has this whole like eye-opened type of thing that happens, right? So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen The Harder They Fall, you need to. It's just well done. A very well done movie that has this
beautiful cast.
Beautiful
cast, talented cast.
And this heartbreakingly incredible reveal towards the end of the film that's like, wow. Like, you almost don't even see that happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's so much going on.
Exactly.
But it harkens back to like those old westerns where there would be something before, like things were known as a twist or what have you. It was just these really great stories.
Yeah.
That you would get that would have that reason of what made the revenge that more what's the word I'm looking for? That more needed.
Yeah.
But then it made it more potent because again, it's that saying that they have, if you seek revenge, first dig 2 graves, one for you and one for the person that you're looking to get revenge on. And it always makes you question, is the revenge really worth it at the end? Yeah. Is it going to change anything? Is it going to make you better? Is it going to make them better? they're dead. Like, does it make a difference to it?
Yeah.
Which is what was great, and it was wonderfully acted, beautifully done. Again, there is a caveat and an asterisk because of the casting. Zazie Beetz as a stagecoach, Mary. Should have got Wumney. They could have got her. They could have got. I'm trying to think of who else. They could have gotten.
Got a number of actresses to play.
There were a number of routes.
And again, this is not against Zazie Beetz at all. I like Zazie Beetz. I just don't think that for that role, she probably was the person they should have picked. You know?
Yeah. I mean, they could have had. I'm sure there was someone who probably she would have been a better fit for.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy Zazie Beetz.
Yeah, she's a really good actress. Good actress.
But they could have, and that would have been like a Lovecraft reunion too, which they possibly could have made a little nod to, what have you, because there were a lot of different routes they could have went to be better with this.
Yeah.
We got to stop that fat phobia and dark and colorism shit.
True, that's very true. And speaking of homage, it's funny that you used that word just a few minutes ago. Like, that was something that I noticed even in the beginning of The Harder They Fall. Like, there is literally an homage when they introduce Jonathan Majors on screen to one of the better Western trilogies that I really, really like.
Yes.
It reminded me a lot of A Fistful of Dollars at the beginning. Like, even
did that move, the way you did that move.
I was like, well, okay. I was like, okay. Okay. I was like, okay.
So y'all came to play. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
I'm mad at that. Yeah, that was a beautiful one. Mine is in a similar vein, but again on Netflix. This is honestly, you could see this as like a dead link to it. Concrete Cowboys.
Yes.
That movie was not what I expected. I thought it was going to be more like a Western. You know, gunslinger, stuff like that. But this is just a modern Western. And it felt so, again, this was Idris Elba. So another movie that, you know, he was a part of it, and telling about the real life Cowboys in Philadelphia. And it was beautifully done, and it was so heartwarming.
Yes.
And yes, you do have the usual beats of that kind of genre of movie, you know, rekindling a family. You know, there's a disagreement, so the child runs off. Then there has to be this reunion at the end, but it didn't care. It felt good. It felt right. It felt wonderful. And seeing that some of the people in the movie were actually real cowboys.
Yeah.
You felt that it was just beautiful. And I hope to see some of the, I'm trying to remember the name of the young lady who played the son's kind of quote unquote love interest, or, you know, just for what have you. I absolutely hope that she continues acting, because I just enjoy, for her first movie. And I think because it was such a thing that was near and dear to her heart, it's literally her life. She is one of those Philadelphia cowgirls. I loved her. I hope she continues. I hope she is in something else.
Yeah.
Because I know Netflix has a habit of, they'll put you in numerous things. I hope they have something else that they put her into, because I absolutely love this movie. It was just, it felt like, think of it now, like all the serotonin just feeling good. Just I'm like, I'm like, that, because it was just great. It was just, again, another beautiful Black cast of actors doing it and showing the reality, because who would have ever thought that there were cowboy and cowgirls still going to Philly riding horses? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't a parallel universe. Like, this is real.
Right.
Which made it even better for me, and I absolutely love that one. That just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, you were the first person I thought of after I saw that movie, because I think I saw it maybe a week or two before you did.
Yeah.
And when I was done with it, and I was like, wow, I was like, this movie's like really, really different. Like, really different in a way that is just refreshing. Like, I was like, this guy's got to see this. Like, because I know that you like stories that sometimes aren't cookie cutter or You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean when I say that?
I need something different. Like I do like, you know, the rank and file at times, but I need something different that makes me, when I'm going into it, I'm thinking it's one thing. And that doesn't mean like a twist ending. It's just, it's a different movie than what I thought it was going to be. And that feels good. I like that. And because of that, just added to that warmness of like, I want them to succeed. I want them to go. I want to go to Philly. I want to ride a horse. Give me some spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Exactly.
Jangle, jingle, 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 jingle. I don't need a 10-gallon hat, maybe like 5-gallon, because you know my neck is hurt. It's a lot of weight.
Medium.
Give me that. But my head not my shirts are schmeeding, but my head is not schmeeding. My head is a larger. You know, you gotta throw like 3 R's in there. Larger.
I see.
That's one of them old like Fat Al Sharpton larges. Larger. Extra larger. And who that? Those are 3 sizes: large, extra larger, and who that? That's a size for your ass. That's a size for your ass. Or some of your asses. Some of your asses are big. I don't know. Like I'm not, like, you know, I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
Exactly.
Hashtag Hooper Friday. What's up? What else hit you for like theaters?
Oh, theaters.
Because we did have, it wasn't. It was weird because we didn't get the full scope because we were hit with a lot of summer movies.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
But we were hit with some good horror. We were hit with some touching movies as well. But it was a weird kind of mix, like not the usual like variety that we would get in theaters, which is okay again.
I don't know. I mean, so far, right? Because December isn't spoken for yet,
right?
You know what I mean? But again, I think the two movies that really stood out to me, and one of them is, I mean, they're both very solid films. I think one of them stands out more to me.
Excuse me.
As far as the visuals go, even though the story is good in that movie, although some people have a problem with the whole a certain trope that persists in that film, and then the other film is more of just what could happen, you know, what this introduces in the MCU. The 2 movies I'm talking about are Eternals, and the other one is Dune.
Okay.
Now, Dune, I'll start off with Dune because Dune visually to me is just stunning. Like it literally is stunning. And I saw it in IMAX, and not in the optimal IMAX format that I like to go see it in. There's only one acceptable IMAX theater to me in New York, and that's it's in New York City. Like that is an IMAX screen. Everything else that's IMAX that they advertise is kind of a theater that's been converted into it, so it's not the same thing.
Oh, it wasn't built to be an IMAX. Okay.
Yeah. It's not the same thing. Like when you see an IMAX movie in New York City there's a theater on 68th Street and Broadway, like that screen is insane. and the screen and the seats are built in such a way that they start from the bottom of the screen and go it's almost like you're eye level with the entire thing, but you're not. So it's sort of built like a stadium in a way, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so I didn't see it there, but where I did see it, still the visuals are just absolutely stunning. You know, and you and I have had this discussion about the Denis Villeneuve, the director. He gets it. He gets the genre that he's in. He gets it. He just completely gets it. He understands how to make that all look the way it should work, where almost the visuals are uncredited character of the movie. It's just weird. It's just very weird that somebody who, you know, didn't make his start in movies like this is so, you know, it's so detailed and as far as like getting everything right. So yeah, like you need to see Dune on the biggest screen possible. And even if you can see Dune at home, if you have a large TV, that's going to help you appreciate Dune even more than it would on a smaller screen. It's just amazing. amazing. And the story is good too, although there is that white savior trope that's in there. But I almost kind of ignore the trope because the movie is so beautiful and the performances are amazing, including Jason Momoa, who, again, if you give this guy something of heft and of weight, he can do it. He can deliver. So, yeah. And then Eternals. Yeah, Eternals is just... And I know there are people who don't like Eternals. And I'm not here to convince those people who don't like Eternals. I can only tell people who are on the fence that have not seen this movie that you should see this movie. It opens up a whole new way of thinking of things that have happened in the MCU previously and what could happen going forward. It's just it's almost like the right movie at the right time at this point in the MCU based on everything that we've seen. It dares to kind of just challenge all your notions that you've accepted in the saga previously, but also challenge you to think about where this could all be going. It's just that good of a movie. And I know it's polarizing because unfortunately fans fall into camps, right? Fandoms fall into camps. You know, and I don't know. I think Eternals is going to be one of those movies that people go back and watch years from now, and it will gain this retro appreciation that it's not getting now. I honestly believe that.
Yeah, there are plenty of MCU movies that have that where you find out that you should go back and watch this because it links to X, Y, and Z, what have you. And you can end up getting appreciation. I mean, look at Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is one of those movies where I saw it in theaters. I was like, okay, I dig it. The more I watch it, the more I enjoy that movie. Every time I watch it, I enjoy it even more because I'm like, oh wow, this is great. And it's a culmination of things. But it's one of those movies where, and now you're realizing, oh wow, look at how much bigger a part Doctor Strange is playing because we're getting him and Spider-Man in this film, and it's really cool. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're going to movies. This is a movie that it's not your typical, I should say, quote unquote, not your typical MCU movie. It's different because the stories are changing and we're going in different directions. So we're not going to be having just Avengers. We're going to have these movies where they're going to be like philosophical discussions and thoughts. Is this one life worth all these millions, billions of lives that can be created? We also got our first sex scene. We also have our first openly, unabashedly, unapologetically. There was no two ways about it. It is not a joke. It's not something to play with, what have you. Gay couple, and it was a couple of color.
Yeah,
and a family because they have a son. It was son, correct?
Yes,
son, right? Yes, son. Beautiful thing. So it's progressing, and this is a story about not just family, but of what you're willing to give up for family and what happens if family does betray you. How far do you go? And about a love that lasts for, oh my God, eons.
Yeah.
what do you do with that? So yeah, that it's not your typical movie, but I promise you, if you sit down and you go through it and you really digest it, it's going to be one of those movies that is going to link to a lot of things, and you're going to see, oh wow, this, what have you. And it also has, in my opinion, my favorite after credits MCU scene. Frost. That's all I'm gonna say. 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 So spoiler, yeah. Those are great for me. In theaters wise, because I did go into theaters. I went to theaters a lot. Jeez, I went to theaters too damn much, honestly. This was the summer. As far as like movies, it was the summer of, hey, let's get Asian men to be really cool, doing martial arts, but also let them be sex symbols. Let them not be these. Let's not do what they do to Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Let's progress. One of them is a polarizing movie, and I totally get that. G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. Enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
I still have not seen it yet. I need to see it.
Bought it at Best Buy yesterday for like $6. Because it's not streaming anywhere. No, I think it is on Amazon Prime, but again, you'd have to rent it or buy it, pay for it, what have you. I just wanted to do the actual movie because I enjoyed it. I love this movie because it's a different, it's a twist on the story, what you think is going to happen, and it ends up, the bad guy in this movie isn't really who you think it should be. And I loved it. The action scenes are beautiful. I love, if you have not seen Warrior, go check out Warrior. My man, Andrew
Koji?
Yes. Andrew Koji and Henry Golding. From Crazy Rich Asians, which love that freaking movie too. Awesome. We got that with this movie. Is just yes, it was just the battle and the different ways that they fight too. Where Snake Eyes is more of this brawler. He's living on streets, what have you, and you get Storm Shadow, who has always been, prim and properly trained, and this aristocratic kid who's had, this clan and this legacy, and it's just, I loved seeing it. And you get to see the introduction of Cobra, and Lady J too was in this. I want to say yes, correct? Yes. And Baroness. You get to see these characters. Are they going to do more? I don't know. I hope they do. I would love to see more of these origin movies, and then something more with the G.I. redo it. Because G.I. Joe can be this great thing. There was an animated movie years ago that they did for G.I. Joe where they killed off characters. Like, it was no joke. It was G.I. Joe Retaliation, might be G.I. Joe Retribution, maybe. Can't remember the name, but I'll find a name. So I love this movie. I really did. I know, again, it's not, it was not Othello, obviously. It wasn't like, it wasn't, a love story. It wasn't like these like classic, I know, but it just, I saw it and I was like, yes, I'm all for this. Another movie that hit me in theaters, which I enjoyed. I do want to dip into the MCU for a little bit. Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Again, another movie, Asian lead, sexy as hell. Simu, the abs. My man was standing there with no shirt, like,
yeah,
like, I don't know what to do now. You know what I mean? Like, it was just cool to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. It just felt so good to finally get this character up there. Representation, it was beautiful, great, and a mashing of films. Tony Leung, god damn, this dude is just. If you don't know his movies, go check out his movies, and if you can possibly watch them in his native tongue. The way the words flow from his mouth is beautiful. He has these eyes that are just incredible. The way he acts with them and his movements, and just, you feel that movie makes you so sympathetic. There's so many layers to that story, and you think it's just going to be this. Even the way he breaks down the Mandarin. And everything, and how he breaks down America being afraid of a Chinese dish or the name of a fruit. And it's just it was just so smartly done. Such a great way to retcon. There have been two great retcons for MCU so far: Scarlet Witch in WandaVision, and the Mandarin, quote unquote, The more you think about it, you're like, yeah, that is freaking ridiculous. Only Americans could do some dumb shit like that. Seriously, only Americans could do dumb shit like that. A fucking propaganda machine. Um, yeah, and then Shang-Chi, excuse me. It's just a beautiful movie. It was one of the most layered love stories, and you get the wire work, but then you get the incredible fight scene on the side of the building. The bus scene is great, but the scene on the building was so great to me because it's so perilous. Because it's not just I mean not that a bus like careening down the San Francisco street isn't perilous, but you make one wrong step, you fall off the building.
Yeah,
It was just so beautifully done. Yeah, there were, oh my god, there were just so many movies. I mean, even streaming, there were just there were so many, just yeah. I
yeah.
it makes me I mean, it still was raggedy, but there was a lot of good stuff to go back and go, you know what, this isn't bad. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
Streaming and TV, man, there was, Jesus, god damn, brother. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about like network TV. I don't even know what to do with that anymore. I'm like, why are y'all?
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't understand the assignment. Why are y'all still here? It doesn't. They're not comparing. They're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I'm watching on network TV is General Hospital. That's the only thing.
Nice.
And once I'm caught up on these 30 episodes, I know that's a lot, folks, but it was 60. Shut up and leave me alone. Once I'm good with that, Hulu shows them and they keep them up for like I think a couple weeks, and then they take it down. Especially after the news I heard that somebody got fired. What? The tea is hot, y'all. I guess I'm drinking it. I sound like somebody's grandma because I'm up here talking about General Hospital. Like, baby, did you hear about the boy that got fired? Baby, you didn't hear about that? Oh Lord, baby, the boy is. Oh Lord, I need to do a show just on General Hospital. I really fucking do.
Nice.
Let me get Jazula in here for that. We'll talk about that shit. Just have a gab session. Did you hear about the boy that got fired? Yeah, matter of fact, there's 2 guys that got fired. I was like, what? But those 2 guys, I look at them, I go, yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. What have you? Streaming, bro. Geez, you can go in a million different directions with this one.
Yeah, you can. You can literally. I'm
gonna throw out.
Trying to think of some things that stood out.
Midnight Mass.
I still haven't caught up on that, bro.
Before you watch Midnight Mass, watch Hush.
Okay.
Then watch Midnight Mass.
Okay.
So worth it. Oh, speaking of, Euphoria is back January.
Yeah, I saw that teaser trailer. I saw that.
I didn't watch the trailer. Y'all know how I feel about trailers. When I went to go watch, what was the last movie I watched? What the hell was it? Did anybody remember? Nobody? No, none of y'all? Oh, because ain't nobody here. Does anybody? They had the Spider-Man trailer, and I was mad. I said, damn it. First off, I was late to the movie anyway. But a trailer, and I was like, I gotta watch this again. I'm like, yeah, Parker. Yeah, Spider-Man, yeah. I was like, why we don't need this. You could have showed them eating like carbonara sauce and drinking Sprites, and we still would be in there. It doesn't matter. We need 90 damn. Use that money for something else, like paying us. Fuck.
Yeah.
But Midnight Mass was a great story from the gentleman that brought you The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor. Hush also. And there's a link. This dude is giving me. I didn't realize that he also did Gerald's Game.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that. Which is based on a Stephen King book. But this dude is giving me Stephen King vibes, and I'm loving. And that's not a diss to him. That's not like saying, that's a comment. He's giving me those vibes, and I love it. I love his horror. Midnight Mass is about this small northeastern town, New England town. Who would have thunk it, right? Who thunk that? Right? It's never someplace down in Louisiana or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And how this man comes back after a drunk driving accident where he kills his girlfriend, and he was put in jail. He comes back to town after being in jail, and it's a very religious town, and this new priest comes into town, and everyone starts changing, starts feeling better, everybody starts feeling younger, and then you find out what's going on with it. Yeah. Hamish Linklater, who we know more for comedy, The New Adventures of Old Christine, which is the biggest thing I can think of. He's also been in the MCU. I'm trying to remember he was a teacher, I think. No. He wasn't one of the teachers, because that's Hannibal Buress and another comedic actor. I forget his name. But yeah, this was just so good. Great horror. Again, that emotional like kind of gut wrenching horror, and not just the physical and the visceral, but also emotional and traumatic wise. And the way he doesn't do like shock horror. It's like, it's horror that it's right there. I'm not going to give you this kind of thing. It's just there it is, and the person sitting there going, like, it's their PTSD. You see their PTSD as horror, and it's just there. The same way that all those ghosts were there in The Haunting of Hill House. Great series. 9 episodes maybe, I want to say about. Definitely worth it. Yeah, just slow burn. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw one out there that has been on for a while. It's been on Hulu for a while, and I'm not sure how many people are actually watching it.
Yes.
But it's the way the show is done, to me, is just kind of brilliant. Like, you know how Antonio here is the king of segues. They do a lot of segueing things that could just be like little bits of dialogue that, if you're watching it, you're thinking, okay, that's just kind of a throwaway thing. You're not really paying attention to that, but somehow you should be paying attention to it, because it winds up being something that's big to this story and these people who are part of this story. And the show that I'm talking about is Wu-Tang: An American Saga. If you guys are not watching Wu-Tang: American Saga, you need to.
Even if you're not familiar with Wu-Tang,
even if
you
you're
could
not
watch it as
familiar,
just a drama, like not even a bio drama. Is that a word?
Yes.
Just coin that phrase right now.
Yeah, I see.
Bio drama.
Yeah.
That's mine. Copyright. That's mine. Right.
Yeah, copyright that.
That's right. Okay.
Mail it to yourself.
I want the knife, please. I just want to chip. Yeah. Mike is on point with that answer.
Wu-Tang: American Saga it's just good. It's just plain good. It's interesting as far as you as the viewer are watching these things happening, and you're kind of like, how did they make this all work? Like, this is what I kind of think every time I watch an episode, right? Because a lot of what they show to me feels very, very genuine, as far as like, and I'll make an example, like, the RZA, who is probably the main kind of driving force behind Wu-Tang. Like, when you see the way he interacts with music, like even when he goes into a record store and they kind of visualize how his mind is working when he's thinking about making arrangements and things like that, right? I buy that's how it works for him, right?
Yeah.
Because when you listen to his music after the fact, it's so intricate and so well put together. His process almost has to work that way, right? Because he interacts with the music in a completely different way than even fans do, right? So it's kind of like, it's just so well done. The show's so well done, and this whole story where there are literally two people in the group that probably had this not happened for them would have killed each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane to me. It's insane how this whole
and even saying that, you're like, wait, what?
Yes.
Like it doesn't it plays like a drama. Like if it wasn't real life, like it plays like a drama.
Yes.
But when you watch it, you realize in real life, you're like, wait, how did this? So you know how it's gonna turn out, basically. But you're like, how did y'all get from, yo, I'm about to kill this guy to, yo, bong bong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like being like 40 of us up on stage.
Right.
It's a crazy way.
Right.
Irene Shallon all day. It's pretty. Yes, it is incredible.
Yes.
Also, yeah, amazing the way he thinks about beats and they visualize it in the show. It is, and the actor does such a great job.
Yeah.
Of it's just, yeah, because you, and even if you're not familiar with Wu-Tang, just watch it. Just watch it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And one of the
and it's only 2 seasons. They're still on the 2nd season now, correct?
Yeah, see, all 2 seasons are up now on Hulu.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're coming back for a third and final season. When that is, I don't know. But yeah, and I think one of the other really good things about the show to me is that and I guess this is also the writing, but it almost feels like because you've experienced, or some people who were watching the show have experienced Wu-Tang's success, right? It does a really good job of making you feel those stakes for them, right? Like it's like, and when I watch it, I'm looking at. I mean, it's almost like RZA is at a casino table, and he's like, "I'm putting all of my money on this thing happening." You know what I mean? And it has to happen, or else I don't have anything to go to, right? And when you're sitting back and you're watching it, you're like, did this guy even understand how risky this was? You know what I mean? Like, this thing literally could have fallen apart. You know? It does a really good job of making you feel their stakes on trying to be successful.
Even though you know they succeed, you still feel it, which is a great thing, because you're like, oh, knowing full well that they're millionaires right now, and you still like, oh my god, and you do like it.
Exactly.
Like there's a scene where there's a fire.
Yes.
First season, and I was sitting like, no, I was like, no, and I'm like, wait, I could actually go on iTunes and just like buy their album because they made it millions, but it's still to me like, oh my god, no, no, how? And you really, to do that with people who you know are already successful, on a weekly basis, you know what I mean? Like give you that cliffhanger, even though it's not a cliffhanger because you know they made it, but that's a powerful thing, and that's look, folks. That's Black life. That's like this. I don't know what to tell you. Every day is a gamble.
True. It is true. It is so true.
We're lit as hell, but it's like sometimes it's day to day. It's not even week to week. It's day to day struggle.
True. It is so true. Yeah.
Like we're lit. Like we are the beginning and the end. Like let's be honest. I'm not trying to be funny. We are. But damn, shit is.
Yeah, and when Nina and I watch it, I probably say it more than once every time we watch an episode, or when we were watching the episodes, is like this, like their success, their model of success could never happen again. Like it can't happen again. Like you know what I mean? Like
you must be psychic.
I saw
it can't be done again.
I saw that you put that up. Like it's
true.
No. No. There's never going to be another group of people that have come together the way that they have, are as talented as they have, I should say. And, I mean, they literally changed rap music, like literally. It's amazing. And if you guys aren't watching the show, you need to. It's really, really good. It's really
definitely
good.
Like I said, if even if you're not familiar, or if you have a passing, you're just like, oh yeah, I like whatever, or you've seen them in like some movies, or you've heard their music, whatever, or you might know one or two of the members, because there's about 57 of them, so like one or two. I'm just saying, it's a bunch of brothers up on stage. You know what I mean? And you don't know, watch this, and it will give you so much more of an in-depth and appreciation for them, as well as just being this incredible drama that of this group of individuals who, like Michael said, changed an industry. And in a sense, their story is changing the television industry, because who would have ever thought this story would be like this and up on like this is usually something that you would do a movie about. So to do a series, not a mini series, but an ongoing series that's in its second season and getting a third. You don't see that. The Beatles won't get that. So look, I'm just saying, neither will the Rolling Stones. Fuck them. Yeah, I don't like them. There's just Hulu is underrated, folks. Go check out a lot of stuff on Hulu is underrated. I mean, Amazon, y'all be like, especially this time of year, like, oh, you know what my package is. Go watch the TV. Wheel of Time started. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to get into that. Third season of Hannah started. So I'm watching the first season. There's a lot of underrated TV out there. But network, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, sure. Let's watch another season of Chicago Fire. Grey's Anatomy is still so biting. Whatever.
Let me bring up another one real quick, brother. Real quick. And we've been talking about this low key on this show for like the last couple of weeks about, and probably offline more than we've been talking during the show, about K-dramas and things like that. But I have to mention Squid Game.
Yeah.
And I have to mention Squid Game because
I haven't purposely, just because everybody's been talking about it so much. I purposely haven't
I'm bringing up Squid Game because it feels like it feels like one of my favorite movies that I watched a long time ago, where I thought I was like getting over on people, because this movie kind of like just shook up my thinking about how movies could be made and stories that it could tell, and just the kind of like the shock value that the movie has. But the shock value is purposeful in this movie. And the movie I compare Squid Game to most directly to is Battle Royale, to me. Right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And when, the first time that I saw Battle Royale, I had a friend tell me about this movie, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "This isn't real. Like, this movie doesn't exist, right?"
Oh, it does.
And then when I rented it, I was like, "Wow." I had seen something that it was just like, they can't literally, and I remember saying it to myself in my head. I'm like, they can't make movies like this in America. Like, there's just no way they can make movies like this in America. Like, people wouldn't be ready for it at all. You know what I mean? Besides the shock value things in Squid Game, which I think have to be there to drive points home, right? That are littered throughout the entire show. K-dramas just deal with things in a different way than Americans do. Like, they just do. Like, they're not afraid to talk about the injustices of everything. You know what I mean? And also the things that those injustices just kind of cause for people. And it's not just something like Squid Game, because Squid Game isn't the only show that kind of does that. Like, even in their what you would say are genre movies, like Train to Busan or Kingdom on Netflix too.
Ooh, shout out to Robert Jeffrey for throwing that one out there.
Yeah, they just deal with things very differently. They are upfront and open about things that are wrong. You know what I mean? And what the consequences are for those things if we don't pay attention to them or we don't address them in a proper way. And it doesn't surprise me that critics hate Squid Game. It doesn't surprise me at all. It really doesn't. Because to them, they think, well, you shouldn't have to kind of make a show that is this heavy-handed with violence over things like that. But sometimes you have to add those things into it to get people's attention.
Isn't America heavy-handed and filled with violence?
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't mean to be that guy, but
exactly.
This is America.
Exactly. And this is why I honestly believe that streaming is the future, although we're there already, the future of television, because I just don't know that people care about the advertising model anymore. Like, the advertising model influences shows to the nth degree that it waters them down now, you know, and people don't want that anymore. They want to see hard-hitting things, interesting stories that need to be told, you know, that are just fully fleshed out. Like the big hit of last year during the pandemic, the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
Like that's a show that would not work on network. Like that would have gotten canceled. It would have gotten maybe one episode. It would have been canceled. You know what I mean?
First off, it probably wouldn't even gotten on the air. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Or they would have made it some really dumb movie, and they wouldn't have cast the way that they did.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not.
Exactly.
It's not feasible anymore.
Yeah. So again, and I know there's a lot of stuff out there about Squid Game, and Squid Game has almost become this phenomenon, right? It's become like a life of its own. It's got its own like plush toys and all this other stuff.
I mean, you saw people cosplaying it.
Yeah, but if you want to just clear out all that surrounding noise on the show and just give it a chance to watch it, I wholeheartedly suggest it. It will make you feel uncomfortable with the things that do go on, and it will redefine some things that you've been comfortable with as a kid. Some of the games, definitely. And it's worth watching. It is completely worth watching.
I think I would have been okay with a red light, green light. Everything else I would have been like, I wasn't supposed to eat the cookie. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was. So I'm done. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I mean, the K-dramas have really taken. The one thing I will say about Netflix is the K-dramas and their African series.
Yes.
They will put Africans up on screen. They will put some Africans up on screen. They will put Africans up on screen.
Yeah, and I think
I was like, wow, movies, series.
Yeah, and I think that's been the strength of Netflix that no one is really talking about. Like, they have opened up the doors to TV around the world. Like, things that people are watching in other countries are now being shown on Netflix in America, just dubbed or subtitled. And those things are really good too, right? Like, and some of them are even better than what we're making here in America, which is crazy to me. It's crazy,
right? Yeah, but most of them, it's just not it. I don't know. Squid Game was from Carlo Smith Ramsey. Go check him out on Twitch, folks. Pharoah Ramsey, guy's killing it on Destiny 2. Squid Game was next level. Yeah. A lot of people weren't ready. Once you get red light, green light, you're like, all right. Irene laughing at the cookie. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I ate the cookie. I'd have been, before he said, now you have to scratch out. Wait, did you eat your cookie? I was like, yeah. What? We're not supposed to eat the cookie? I thought this was snack time. It's not. It's not. I mean, I got crumbs everywhere, bro. What?
Exactly.
What happened?
What? Exactly.
Get Out. All right, front man, whatever, dude. I was ready. It's just it. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yes. It. If you can get, and I think a lot of, and I'm going to be fun. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm going to say it. I think Parasite had a bit to do with this.
Yeah, positive
Honestly,
effect on everything.
building
Yeah.
that, and what they're trying to do, because not everyone can do subtitles, and I'm not saying that as an insult to anyone. Sometimes subtitles just don't do it for some people. Sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes you may not be the best reader either.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna get on you about that. That's not what I do. I don't punch down. I punch up. And I kick them in the balls and then the dirt in their face because I fight dirty. But for street fights, not Queensberry of Marcus Rules. The hell I don't know why I said Marcus. But they're starting to put subtitles on them, which is great. But then you're starting to get them dubbed as well. To make it easier, Squid Game is dubbed. Another series, My Name, which is a phenomenal revenge story.
Yeah, you've been talking about that for a while, brother. I put that in my list.
Great mix of tension, the noir feel, the visceral, the action scenes are great. You're not sure where it's gonna go. You're rooting for her, but you don't know what's gonna happen at that. Has also been dubbed. But if you want to read the subtitles, some people like reading it more in subtitles because they're getting that the original actor's voice, and they like to hear that inflection. Go with that as well. However you take it in, because these are some really great things out there. There's a lot of them. Some their newer things are starting to be dubbed. Some of the old stuff is not. Probably won't be, just because I doubt they're going to go back and dub those. They might not. Who am I? The hell do I know? They might, but I definitely recommend going into it. There is a plethora of them out there. Like you said, Kingdom also has a movie, which I think is a parallel story. I don't know if we're going to be getting another season of Kingdom either. It's what was it, 2 seasons?
Yes, 2 seasons. Yep.
If you, next to Train to Busan, if you're looking for something that we haven't seen zombie wise, go with that. I mean, it was just, I really enjoy it. I haven't watched the movie. I think I'm going to end up rewatching the series and watching the movie. Because it was just great. My Name is awesome. I know it's not the Eminem story. It was a stupid joke. I really don't care. That joke was for me. It wasn't very about. That joke was for me. If you guys laugh, well, you're welcome. Whatever. But it was for me. You're just riding my coattails if you laugh at that joke. Squid Game was just just a different feel. Got everybody like, wait, what is Squid Game? What is? And then you go and you're like, what the what? It's just African. They have Queen Sono. What's the other one that was alongside?
What's the horror movie the African horror movie that you told me to watch? I still haven't watched.
His House?
Yes.
Oh, yes. There's another one that came up recently. I think it's Kings of Joburg, where it's like African supernatural. There's another one, Blood and Water, I think, which is like about an all-girls school kind of thing. They're coming up with just, oh yes, bring it. I love it. I love seeing that, but it's just, it's so exciting. What is going to be coming up that you are excited for, that you want to see as far as movies, TV shows, as a streaming series?
Obviously the big two movie wise off the top of my head are Spider-Man, but also The Matrix Resurrections.
Okay.
Like I really hope that this movie is what I think it's gonna wind up being. Matrix Resurrections. The vibes that I keep getting from the trailers are that movie within a movie concept that I kind of like, that sometimes is pulled off very brilliantly. The last time it was pulled off brilliantly for me was Wes Craven's A New Nightmare. And it when I watched the trailer for The Matrix, it kind of feels that way, right? Like there's something going on underneath everything that we're seeing, and I don't think they've shown it to us yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it has that. Yes, Carlo, there is the new Matrix movie coming. It comes out with
December
December.
21st.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
which is kind of awesome.
Yeah. I really hope that that's what it is, because if it is, I'm already in. I would be even more in if that's what it winds up being. And it almost feels like that's the natural way to kind of, for lack of a better term, go back into the Matrix, but also to kind of course correct what we've gotten in the last 2 movies. I think for some reason, for me, they kind of ran out of gas in the last 2 movies. The Wachowskis, like that first one, bar none, first one changed movies forever.
Yeah, that was definitely a game changer.
Yeah, first one changed movies forever. Like, everybody's been trying to do some kind of a Matrix type film since that first movie. You know, I think the second and third offering from that kind of got collapsed under the weight of expectations from people and fans of that first movie, and
that was a lot to live up to.
It is,
because who saw that coming?
It is, and I feel like and this is no surprise, right? Like, to people who have been, paying attention for the last 10, 15 years, a lot of things have happened to the Wachowskis personally, in the last 15 years that have kind of changed not only themselves, but I'm sure have changed their perspective on the Matrix, right? And I think being away from it for as long as they have has kind of reignited something in them, and that's why we're getting this movie. And just from the perspective of the things that I've seen in the trailer is like, wow, like it's almost like they are really going for it and kind of like saying, this is what would happen in a Matrix type scenario that's gone silent literally for like 10 plus years. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really excited to see that movie. And Spider-Man goes without saying, because if Spider-Man winds up being anything close to the rumors that we've been hearing, that might be one of the most ambitious movies that's made in a very long time. You know what I mean? To bring all of that stuff together in one film and also have it have ramifications on the MCU going forward. So we'll see.
Yeah. For me, there are 3 things that I'm looking forward to. The barbecue brisket from Virgil's.
Always, brother. Always.
Teriyaki barbecue brisket ramen. I don't know why that's so hard for people to comprehend. For real, I honestly don't know. I'm mad hungry right now. But I honestly think that I'm saying, dude, put that brisket in that broth. Get that teriyaki in that sauce. Like, what? I don't understand why people are like, I don't understand that. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Carlo, it honestly doesn't exist. Because Carlo writes, wait, brisket? Where? Virgil's has this new brisket. But I'm talking about brisket and barbecue and ramen teriyaki together, blended. I don't know why this is not a thing already. I really don't. What I'm looking forward to is the second season of The Witcher. I rewatched the first season. I've watched the animated movie about 3 or 4 times.
Yes,
I love it. Y'all know my reignited passion for animation.
Geralt.
Those fight scenes were just beautiful. If you love Castlevania, check that out. That Also, there was an anime series that I don't think anybody was really into called Dota, Dragon Knight on Netflix.
Okay.
I want to say it's the same people that did the Voltron series, DreamWorks Voltron,
Okay.
for Netflix, which is an incredible series. There's going to be a second season of that, which I want to check out. Morbius. I want Morbius.
Yes.
I want Morbius in such a way. Every time I see the trailer, which I'm not watching the trailer purposely. Y'all know how I feel about trailers. But when it comes up in a movie theater, seeing the trailer alone on a movie theater, like on the big screen, is beautiful, and I want to see that. It makes me want, because y'all know I want the darker side of the MCU. I want that supernatural side. I've been talking about it since Strange in the Membrane, talking about it on Fandom. I'm talking about it. I'm gonna talk about it at your auntie's house after she's done serving sweet potato pie, and she's wearing a sweater dress that I like. I'm gonna talk about it when we're wearing fuzzy socks and we are like on the porch reading on Sunday afternoon after brunch. I don't care. I'm excited about it. Now, it could possibly be horrible. It could possibly be basura. But the fact that it's Sony in conjunction with Marvel, and there are references to Spider-Man, everything like that, and this is coming after the other movies, I want to see where this goes, because when you think about what's happening in Spider-Man, and then you think about what happened at the end of Venom, let there be carnage. That's the only way that you can say it. Legally, that's the only way that you can say that title of that damn movie. You start going, oh wait, that's where that came from. Yeah. Okay, you start seeing the links. I want to see where that goes, and also I want to see what Jared Leto can do with the character. He's making Morbius look really cool, and I want to see where we go with this. And obviously, I mean, this is obviously not going to be any surprise to anyone. Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I don't see. I don't. Every time I think about it, imagine watching that first episode, IMAX. Imagine watching that. IMAX.
Yes, sir, Oscar Isaacs.
You're welcome, Disney. You're welcome, Marvel. Again, I'm dropping like vibranium nuggets, not even gems, but vibranium nuggets. Imagine having a special screening of that, of Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Those two. I feel like those two are going to be some serious groundbreakers for them.
Oh yeah, easily.
Of Boba Fett. One night only. One night only.
Yeah.
Get your tickets while you. Now, if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, you're already in. All you have to do is go into the AMC app and people, come on, I'm writing this for you. Jeez, are you serious? Pay me. There's
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
But I mean, that stuff will just be cool, man. But yeah, Moon Knight, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said, Morbius, yeah.
The more and more I think about Moon Knight, to me, Oscar Isaacs to me is just like a stroke of genius casting him, because don't get me wrong, Oscar Isaacs is good in Star Wars as Poe Dameron, but I almost feel like he's in a straight jacket to a certain extent as Poe Dameron. Like, he's a much more dynamic actor than that. He really is.
They really botched that whole thing. Yeah, they honestly, you can't.
Yeah,
Oscar Isaac is somebody that you can't hold him. And this is a role where he's playing. If they're doing it the way they could be doing, they could be playing 4 roles in one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Irene said, "I'm ready to toss my coins." I'm saying,
yes. For the Witcher.
And toss a coin to your Witcher. Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh, Valley of Plenty. I had to pick up the mic. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, the idea of Oscar Isaacs in this role and seeing how I just, man. So ready for it, dude. Ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so. You know what your stomach is like after you have a big glass of milk? Yeah. Like your stomach is angry after like a big glass of milk you know you shouldn't drink. Your stomach is like,
Yeah.
Like that's how angry I am.
Yeah.
Antonio hit him with the remix. Of course I did. You have no idea what I have planned. Oh, during this break, some things are going to be happening, and you're going to get ooh. If you enjoy that song, and if you enjoy like Joe's monologues from You, oh, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. I'm gonna act a damn fool. I ain't got no sense to begin with, and my hairline is betraying me. Oh, I don't care. I got nothing to lose. You can't take my t-shirts from me or my tea. So what you gonna do? Who gonna check me, boo? Nobody.
You funny.
I'm gonna give him to Wendy Williams. Ooh. I ain't shit. That's all right. So I mean, yeah, there's and that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. There's so much out there. Oh my god, so many more movies, so many more series that have been out there this year. Because there's been a lot of content that we got, and there's things that are coming up. And also, that's just movies.
Yeah. Yes. Also looking forward to again, back on Hulu, the Predator prequel, because I'm interested in how that's all going to work. But not only that, I'm also very interested in their Hellraiser reboot. Because
I'm laughing because we talk about Hellraiser before every episode for some reason. Sometimes it comes out.
Yes.
You open a box? I can't. I don't know. Exactly. That's how you didn't read the book. You didn't read how this goes.
Yes. Very interested in this Hellraiser reboot because of the obvious, and if people don't know, Pinhead is going to be gender swapped.
Yes.
And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how they all make that work. That could be a huge hit if it hits the way I think it could hit. It could be huge. It could be huge if it's done well.
The amount of cosplay at New York Comic-Con, there is going to be a run on this character if they do it, if it's done right. And I believe Clive Barker is going to be involved in this. Correct?
I think he is involved. I think
which is going to be producer. Not sure. Carlo was actually asking when. I'm not sure when.
Yeah, so I would say sometime in 2022 they're going to drop. I don't know exactly when though.
It's going to be just that Predator prequel is going to be awesome. With the idea of, I should say, the idea of is truly awesome, and I like the fact that it's going to be an indigenous First Nations woman who's going to be the lead and the role, because we did see Sanaa Lathan. Thank you, Sanaa. Sanaa Lathan be that hero in Alien vs. Predator, where we finally got to see the two of them go at it. And we didn't think that she was going to be the hero of that, and she was, and it was awesome. I want more of what happened to her after that movie. I want that as a miniseries.
Yeah.
How she goes with, because they accepted her as a hunter. She's got the scar. She got we can forget about what the hell were those two movies? Alien vs. Predator, Requiem. Oh yeah, sure. What? I thought it was Rectum because it was shit. So it's something like but this. Oh my God! Just imagine the inclusion. Have indigenous people as not just the cast, but also writers and producers on it. Please, don't do nothing dumb. Just don't.
Yeah.
Please, stop. Please. Por favor, stop. No más. No. Malo. Muy malo. No.
You funny.
Enfermes. No good. Stop. But yeah, there's a lot out there, folks. Jesus. I ain't even going to go on comics because it's just ridiculous. There's so many great things out there. And folks, this is a great time. It's Black Friday weekend, so you got the sales going on. So if you want to watch, say, something like Amazon has a sale going on right now for Shudder and different channels on there as well. You know, and it's Small Business Saturday as well. So go support, you know, people out there who are doing it. Small businesses, obviously, buy black. I don't know what to tell you about that, folks. Buy black. I'll say. Yeah, there's just so much, and we're going to be coming back in January, and we'll be talking about some new stuff, what have you. We'll be deeper into Hawkeye as well.
Yes.
Which Archers in Purple, you had me. Thank you. Exactly. I don't know. I mean, that show was made for me. I don't even know why I don't have like a cameo in there.
Exactly.
You know, but there's a lot. There's a lot there. We'll have more, and we'll talk about what we did during our time away from the. It's not exactly silver. What is it? Pyrite screen? It's a small screen. It's not silver. It's not gold. It's a pyrite. I don't know.
Something like
tinfoil
that.
Screen? Yeah, sure.
Tinfoil.
Nylon screen. Sure.
Yeah.
So, thank you for rocking us, or rocking with us, I should say, during this time. Great. We will be back in January. Michael, is there anything you want to hit the folks with?
Continue to stay vigilant. We're still in a pandemic. The pandemic isn't over yet. But with that said, enjoy your holiday season. There's a lot of stuff out there to be consumed. Good content.
Consume.
Yeah, just give everything a chance that we've kind of discussed on the show. If you haven't done so already, you won't be disappointed, I don't think. Mm-hmm. And yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the holiday season, folks.
We consume a lot of content, so we're up here talking about stuff, and it's like, no, this is something that, check it out.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, that's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but
yeah,
going through everything that we can possibly go through, and all the TV shows and the movies and comics and stuff like that, and whatever that we're going through, it's a lot. And we know that you don't have all the time to do it, obviously. And there's, yeah, but yes, stick with us. We got a guilty verdict, so that's something. Wonderful. Celebrate that if you like. It's cool. Still got a lot of work to do. Enjoy yourselves. Be vigilant. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Lotion. Please, lotion. Jesus. I don't know what to tell you. Lotion. I'm so mad at folks that don't. If you can't really afford lotion, I totally understand that. Get that body. If you see a sale and you be like, you know what?
Body butter.
My ankles is mad rusty right now. Let me dip into this. Get in that. Y'all know I talk about lotion. I'm all about hygiene and your mental well-being, and sometimes they are connected. If your ankles is lubed up, you gonna feel better as a person, for real. I'm talking about act like you're trying to choke a chicken and get that lotion in them cracks, y'all. Get in there, man. I swear to Anubis. I get the shit. Yes, yeah. Carlos right. Get that shea butter. Get that shea butter in there. Y'all know I don't care if it's so thick. Yeah, it's thick because your ass is dry. Like, out of here. You talking about it's too thick? What you want to do? Use like Kool-Aid? What's wrong with you?
He said blocks of it are real.
Yo, for real. Yo. You're like a 49er guy. You'd be like, yo, I hit the mother vein with this here, with this vein of it. Well, for real. Kevin Durant. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Cat. He's got a thing, like the people said that they think there's something going on with him, like some manner of mental issues or something like that, because he's just not. I don't know what's going on with the brother. Look. All I'm saying is act like you're trying to wring a wash rag out. This brother's over here having a damn existential crisis over here, for real. Yo, shea butter is out, and if you can't find shea butter in New York, you're an idiot. You are a moron. That's as bad as saying, "Oh, I don't know any women in New York that read comics." Anyway.
Oh my god.
That was said. That Yeah, that was said. Get that lotion. Feel better. Look. Also, I want to say this real quick. This time of year again knows a lot of seasonal depression, unfortunately, because of the weather and the darkness, because of not having a lot of sunlight. So I want you to take the best care of yourself possible. Drink water, eat your vitamins, or I should say, take your vitamins, eat vegetables. If there are any meds that you need to take, whether physical or mental, please take them. Please do. Don't forget. That's not trying to please you. That's trying to make you the best you that you can be, because we care. We want you to feel good. We want you to feel the best that you can, honestly. If you have a loved one who you notice that things don't seem right, they're not taking their meds, and you don't feel comfortable talking to them, go to a professional and find ways to speak to that person so they feel comfortable enough to go to a therapist or what have you, so they can get themselves right. And for people who don't feel comfortable going home for the holidays because of their family, because their family is problematic, and because they are part of the LGBTQ plus family. They are queer, they are bi, they are pan, they are trans, what have you, and you don't feel comfortable going to your family because they're problematic and they always give you shit. Don't go. Don't put yourself through that mental hell. Do not go. There are plenty of people out there who would love to be with you, whether in person or, if you're not comfortable, virtually. Please. Or flip it around. You want to feel better about yourself? Go to a soup kitchen. Go to a food bank and donate your time. Help them out as well, because there are a lot of people who are in that same situation, who are in those soup kitchens because they were put out, they were kicked out, because of who they are as a person, who they choose, because of who they end up loving, because you don't choose who your heart calls out to. So we care, we see you, we recognize you, we acknowledge you. Don't put yourself through that hell. Please don't, because that just can compound on the seasonal depression that's already there, and you feel like you're not worthy. No, you are worthy. You matter. You are important. It is not okay to be treated that way. I appreciate you. Do better for yourself. An empty cup can't pour into another cup.
That's true.
Okay? Do that for yourself.
True, brother.
So on that note, y'all, brisket, lotion. I don't know what else to tell you, but
not
brisket,
necessarily
lotion.
in that order. Not necessarily in that order.
Wait, now. Wait. I mean,
that's guy.
Look, brisket and lotion. You got the sandwich in one hand. You be rubbing in that alcohol. Look, you be rubbing in them ankles with that other, and you might get a little juice on you. So what? Rub that in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm nasty anyway. I have to put food on. Never mind. We ain't even going. I almost put myself out there. Y'all know I ain't shit anyway. Whatever. I'm nasty. Whatever. You know. We grown here.
We grown.
And the kids in here, right?
We grown.
We grown in here, right? Whatever. Some dude on Twitch asked me. He said, "Oh, is this show good for kids?" I was like, "For my grandson." I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I said, "Oh, great. How's your grandson?" He said 19. I said, the way he talked was like he was like 5.
Right.
He said 19. I was like, why for come you? Never mind. Whatever, dude. You know what you? So I didn't use profanity that show. I didn't. That combo. Yes, that combo. Y'all know I ain't shit. I don't what. Why for come people want to ask me questions? Yes, that combo. Brisket and shea butter. I'm that dumb, drunk ass uncle that come to your house talking shit.
This is
smell like Dracar Noir.
This is the new collaboration coming to the body shop.
That's
Antonio Pamaris.
The cat's out of the bag, or shall I say, the brisket has slipped out of the sandwich.
Antonio Pamaris' brisket lotion. I can't.
Y'all laugh now, but when I'm sitting in my ivory tower, double fisting this brisket sandwich. And no, I will not change that term. Double fisting these 2 brisket sandwiches and eating that ramen. Y'all gonna be knocking on my door talking about, can I get some of that ramen? I don't know. Did you get my shea butter?
Oh my god.
Anyway, folks, enough of this foolishness. Because now, really, I can't wait to come to New York and get that for real. I can't. I'm a drop kick. I'm gonna have a Royal Rumble for that mess. I'm gonna be throwing people over the top rope, drop kicking. If you wheels, baby, the wheels with the brisket, baby.
Oh yeah, hopefully. Yeah, you coming over the top rope, drop kicking. Hopefully you're not getting carted out of the carted out of the what you call
it. Brother can't even think of the line. That's how ridiculous it is. I'm a skin the cat on that sucker. Bust a Shawn Michaels, come back in that ring.
Hopefully you're not getting carted out of the Barclays Center like that dude did. Ran up on
Seth Rollins, my man, but he ran at him like a freight train. I was like,
dude, I know.
Brooklyn, what is going on with y'all? Y'all mad? Damn, my man was like, my man was like, hey, he had a 3-point stance, like, yeah, get your ass on the stage, get your. Nobody saw him setting up.
Exactly.
His match is coming up soon. I'm gonna loosen up these shoulders for you. Yeah, I got that ass. Yeah.
He obviously thought that Vince was handing out contracts that night.
What? I sat there, fool. It's not a game, Earl. What are you doing? What are you doing, Earl? BK to the fullest. God. Thank you, Irene. Thank you. You're not helping. Thank you. You're not helping.
I can't.
All right, folks. So on that note, y'all know we got to end. We start the show ridiculous, and we got to end the show ridiculous. Look, enjoy the rest of the year. Be safe, warm. Mm-hmm. Take care of yourselves. Do whatever you can. And enjoy the family that you have there. Do the best you can with what you got, because it's all that you get, folks. And eat something tasty. Okay, it's that time of year. Yep. I know y'all got plate. And don't take pictures of the plates. We all got the same damn plate. Mm-hmm. Stop it. Yeah, stuffing, greens, macaroni and cheese. There's some turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, whatever. There's cranberries. Yeah. Fine, whatever. Take a picture of you holding that dress, of holding that sweater dress and having the plate. Yeah. Do that, Auntie. God, whatever. All right, so we'll see y'all in January. I don't know why I'm angry at y'all. I've been probably because I'm thinking about that brisket. I'm ready to clothesline somebody for real. Somebody getting a pedigree, a spine buster, and a razor's edge on y'all.
Exactly.
Say hello to the hungry guy. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace. Awkward shoulder as we go out, obviously.